Hello and welcome to this Elder challenge video. I would like to first and foremostly say that this video is inspired by Little Aggie. I highly recommend you checking out his content. It's pretty good. Just finished clearing the beginner camp. Now going off to the Great Church. Pretty good ult. Getting a bit focused by the Guardian. Not too good. Didn't get a level ups until the recluse had got the key from the chest. Have got the Evergale improved attack, so that's why I'm focusing on clearing most of the Evergales. These guys, the Beastly Brigade, have got quite a bit of voice, so a two-hander is more better to do on them. Raider got downed, and I do ult. Recluse does an ult too. And got some runes from the boon. Pinging for another Evergale. On the way, got a Graph Scion. Raider completely misses his skill. Got the repulse from all the damage. Doing a charge active. And got another repulse. Scream did a bit of damage. Raider does his ult. And he blocks off the boon. Wasn't too impressive. Got a sorcery improved for the recluse. And they ran off, so I'm gonna go take it to them. They had done a rise. And they ran off again, so I have to hold on to it. Bloodhound Knight. Pretty squishy in comparison to the other Evergale bosses. And he's already dead. No chest on this one. but they are on the upper level. Going up there now, and I've already seen the chest is now opened, so I decide to go down, grab the boon, and head off. Crucible knives. Pretty good form of runes at the fort. It's like 40,000 runes at the fort. A royal revenant. It's doing its big explosion attack. The police is down. Poison does a bit of damage. Now spam attack. No. Thought it was a bit like a charge. Royal Revenant almost dead, and I finish it off. Grabbing the boon, more sorcery. But I decide to grab the two-handed attack. Golem's dead. More two-handed attack. Getting to the first zone. Level 8, not too bad. Accidentally use the wand. Doing big old. I'll probably get it back either way, because Bell-Bearing Hunter is pretty tanky. Red Olds, good decision. More focus on my allies. Try to get a bit of Santa break on him. Got the stagger and hit him with just dodging. Doing a charge. He's going straight on the raider. He didn't dodge. I decided to get him up. Charge back in, do a bit of damage. Dodge, dodge, and he's dead. and forgot to pop the golden foot for more runes. Should have chose the successive attack gains HP. Doing a short ult. Dragon's doing a charge. Having a look at what Abigail's or what we are going to be doing next. Got a stance break. Should mean he's pretty melted now. Yep. He's about dead. That time I popped it correctly. No rise was done. And I decided to grab the fire scorpion charm for more fire damage. Evergel's been opened. Oh no, it hasn't. About to be opened though. Dropping incantations. Water recluse. And these two don't seem to be too good. Except for the Radagons. Godskin Apostle. Knocked him out of his stance break. Doing a lot of damage. Zone's pulling to where we've been. Trying to get some bleed, some kukris. And he's dead. It's the last kukri I had. 20k runes. Got the chest. End up picking up the flask and warming stone. Doing a hefty amount of damage with just a grey weapon. Didn't find anything that was also a great sword that I could use, or at least the ones I could tell were a great sword. The tree sentinel and the royal cavalrymen. Doing quite a lot of damage. The recluse starting to get a lot of damage. A lot of frost and fire resetting the frost. Unluckily I missed that. Does his healing move. Try to stance break him out of it, but to no luck. get a bit too greedy with my attacks. Bit too much of a charge window with that attack. End up getting a stance break. Holding my ult for day 3, but not 3. End up dodging that. And we're going for the same move again, getting hit. My teammates should be coming over now. End up finish this pretty quickly. Just had to solo long enough for them to clean up the rest. Now onto the Nightlord. Gladius. End up spam rolling to get out of the sword, but looked like I was too low anyway. End up missing that ult. Luckily it was only a tap one. They all split into 3. End up getting the Repose and the Recluse. End up getting hit by one of the other ones. End up missing a charged. Moves around quite a bit. End up dodging that pretty well. Try going for a charge, get a stance break. Didn't dodge that. Ends up breaking up to 3 again. Ends up focusing Recluse. Got a stance break. The Repose. Trying to get as much damage as possible. And Gladius is dead. We have a pretty good team with the Duchess and Iron Eye. So we'll be able to do a lot of rewinding in the mark. And then Wild is there for the good damage outburst. A lot of these enemies that have been added into Night Rain with their poise so heavily amplified that it makes it really hard to stance break them. So just a lot of heavy two-handers. And they're getting stuck on a little tree. And they'll go into a second overgel. At least for each run, you should try to aim for at least 3 or 4. Because then that's pretty good damage. But more the better if you can. The Royal Revenant is going to be here. They're going behind it, so I can try to get a good stance break on it. And I'm doing full charge. Try to get the riposte, but it just disappears. And we finish it off. I get the raise attack talisman. To the first night. Enemies are pretty squishy. Yeah, it's Wormface. Iron Eye does his ult. Duchess got a bit too careless. Pretty certain they had got Death Blighted. eat the bowlers so then I can reduce my death flight, jump in and hop out, take down the boss. Then you start fighting an Oxytree tree spirit. I shouldn't have staggered it, it was about to be dead anyway. Should just hit it. Now at the force, we start fighting ancestor spirit. Ends up melting like crazy just with me and Duchess. End up avoiding that slam attack. Don't want to get into that blue magic. Almost died. And luckily we ended up defeating it. I almost died in the process. Good stagger on the boss. End up finishing up the little guys now. Got to the circle pretty late. Just decided to stay in the warning zone and just use the hook to bring them to me. Now right on to the boss, we get a Crucible Knight. Pretty solid ult. End up getting hit by that shield attack. Get a stance break. Pretty good damage. This is double boss. There's a good golden hippo. End up getting another stance break, good damage, and the Crucible's dead. Now it's just a giant hippo. Get the grab on the Duchess. Oh no, not Duchess, Yanai. Got the repose. And very good damage. And that was a quick kill. Now, fighting a duel. do, just a big scream. End up doing a bit of poison, try not to run into it. End up doing a slam attack. End up doing a grab. No one gets hit by it. Got staggered. Run around for the repose. Get the repose. So a bit of damage. Frame rate drops. Luckily nothing happens. Ends up doing his ground slam. I don't get hit. End up being focused, let Duchess get him. Get hit. Big chunk again. Miss the grab. Still tap hold. Still get hit by that. Must have been getting hitbox too long. End up rolling. Attack. Didn't roll a second. Rolled the third. It's been Scarlet rotted. There's 2 grabs. Get a bit of hit on him. Almost get hit by the third. That time the Duchess gets hit. Don't have an ult to get her out. Have to move away. Too far away to get hit. Saga happens. Get the repose. And finish off a duel. Big ult for the finish. And now on to expedition number 3. 2 out of 8 Nightlords done. Got a Crucible Knight. That's the first Everjail. Hoping my teammates take the aggro so then we can help out with doing poke damage. Straight to level 5. Now going to the next Everjail. We get the Banished Knights. End up winding them up. Accidentally lock onto the Executioner. Getting the boon, getting 10k runes. Not as much as 4. Now going over to fight the demi-human queen. Good hit from the wilder, and we melt the demi-human queen pretty quick with the frost. Grab the scion again. It's not too difficult. End up dodging most of those. The little blowblade dance. Got a kill, and not really too much. End up leaving the two-handed for one of the melee characters. Either wild or executioner can have it. End up opening doors, so rotation, and grabbing the maximum stamina talisman. Being the ulcerated tree spirit again. Pretty tanky, but it's pretty good target to hit with Wilder's Full Frost Storm and Executioner's Blade. End up getting hit by that. Auto's out of range. Grab comes in. Executioner ends up going dog mode. Trying to break the also True Spirit out of that move. Get the stagger. Got the mark again. Wilder finishes them off. Pull them off. And we get the crits. Generate HP. Want to get as many overjails as possible so then we can quickly gain more strength. Quickly defeating the Oracle envoys. There's no key here. Have to go up stairs to get it. They end up pinging one of the field bosses. End up getting stuck between them. Grab the stones. Sword key. Blackblade Kindred. They're pretty strong. Got pretty good poise as well. Execution is down. It's not too good. And we all get down by that spin attack. Good dodges. Wilder gets hit again. Good attack from Wilder. And that is some weird terrain. End up floating in the air a bit. Doing a slash attack. Wilder does a good job dodging. Execution is down once again. End up focusing on resing him. Good propose. Doing a good job soloing. Now we've got the gang back together. We can all finish him off. Got the Nox Warriors. They end up going down pretty quickly. The Wilder had picked up a gravitational pull with the sword, so it's doing wonders for the NPC enemies. Got the Beastly Brigade. Wilder does a good ult. Takes Jordan down. And Executioner goes dog mode. It's out doing 1 damage. Good ult on the Wilder. End up doing a bit of poking with the arrows. Have to dodge that slime attack, get another mark. And Wilder finishes him off. Pretty good. Now the Beastmen of Missouri end up getting very good ult, line them all up. Before too long they'll be defeated. Stagger kind of slows us down, but that's alright. Level 14. Tronic Trees hit Sentinel for DTS. Not one of the worst bosses we could have got. Boulder doesn't ult, trying to knock DTS out of it. DTS does the lightning attack that surrounds the area around him. Good stance, bit of bleed, ends up attacking me, but misses. Now on to Gasnol, Wisdom of Night, get a mark onto the bug. We're really melting the boss, considering that we're almost at phase 2 already. End up missing the mark. Unlucky. Gotta stay out of the way of the poison. Now on to phase 2. And using my ult, did not come out of the charge. Good ult from Wilder. Big greedy, because they could have got hit by the beam. Not what I got him, but seems to be a bit of lag. Get hit by attack. Should dodge. While just doing most of the damage. Have to back away again. Got a good bit of damage on him. Got a bit of distance away so I don't get hit. Got a stance break and Wisdom of Night is defeated. And that's now 3 out of 8. Got the Beastman of Farmazula. Don't have my ult build up because it's my first ever jails. So it ends up taking longer than expected. But just trying to keep our distance so that I'm gonna get hit. Boon gives 10k, pretty good, to level 4. Now on to another Everjail, the Stone Skin Lords. Got my ult lined up for him. The other RNI ends up using theirs. And a pretty quick defeat. 10k runes to level 6. Now fighting the Night 1 boss, the Gaping Dragon. Trying to lock on to Revenant, but the other RNI has got him. I've got her. Gaping Dragon does a big jump, end up dodging back. End up backing away. Don't want to stand in that sludge. It really decreases your HP only for the fight. But with RNI, I don't want to be too close anyway. Big ult from me, doing pretty good damage. RNI does another ult, the processor. Revenant takes it, does quite a bit of damage with her whip. Revenant. And something, oh, it must have been a summon. Now on to level 8, getting our third Everjail. Quick clear. We got 10k runes. Now fighting Miranda Flower. We had a bit of fire, this would go a lot quicker. Try not to stick too close with the poison. Oh, Revenant's got some fire. Absolutely melted it. Black Knife Assassin. Pretty squishy, but the damage output is crazy. Defeating the Dragonkin soldier. Making sure to heal up, because we're in Storm. And RNI gets down, Revenant gets down, so I have to pick him up. Now going back to the Groves, leveling up to get a bit more HP. Falling Star Beef is a tiny bit of a problem, but not too problematic. And they're getting repose, good hit. Revenant does quite a considerable amount of damage with that incantation. Trying to get the mark again. too bad for dodge. Get the mark again. Good old another rhino. Getting the boon. And probably best is to improved character. Probably the best is to improve character skill. So that I can get more marks and possibly ults out. Not much from the merchant, making sure to heal. Now on to Augur. Revenant misses most of her attack. Unlikely. Keeping my ult, so when Augur does their sleeping phase, I'm able to counteract it. End up dodging. Getting marked. Now they're doing their phase. Now I ult. Get him out of it. Dodge too early was that one. Trying to get a bit of damage. Must have been Santa break. Yep. Good damage. Very good damage. Good dodge by the Revenant. Don't have my ultimate. The other eye does a good job with that. Now we have to focus at bomb. Now you got a second one. But it doesn't know a dash. Dodging it pretty well. Dodging another one, dodging those hands. And end up shooting Argo out of the sky. That's 4 out of 8. Nightlords done. Another Bloodhound Knight. Now back onto Wilder. Get a good stagger. Good hit. Now dodging the Miranda Flower. Final Eye does a good ult. Getting a good bit of fire damage. End up killing it. Pretty good. Now at the Troll's Castle. Killing the first one. End up getting a two-handed increase. End up getting stuck on the train. Good bit of cleanup. Both my allies end up getting downed. I think they went up to the upstairs boss. And they got downed again. They almost actually got the Black Knife Assassin. Almost get chunked there. Good kill on the Black Knife Assassin. End up going up to go get the talisman. Make sure to have optimal pathing. Get actually a really good talisman. Green Turtle talisman. Get Duke Freya. Got a little bit of damage from that hit. Freya does a big jump. End up missing most of it, but still got hit. Stagger. Try to get a repose. Seems the executioner got there before me. Big old, good damage. Got the repose this time. Good bit of damage. Don't know what was going on there. Trying to get out of the way of most of the hits. Good old spot eye. They'll ult by me. Someone got a repose. End up getting grabbed by the spider. Bit of a chaotic boss fight. Too many little mobs for me to fight. The troll on the top of the castle keeps throwing pots, and it rolls straight down the slope. Get more improved attack damage. Now we're going to go take down the troll. Just a tap ult. Almost killed me with that one. Be able to get a repose. Find the repose. And pretty close to a kill. Probably not the best idea, but challenging the bell-bearing hunter, trying to get a bit of poise on him. Some kukris. Sadly, no luck with that. Got the Iron Eye back up. Almost got one tapped by that. Good stance break by the ult. Almost got one tapped. Good bleed by the Executioner. Don't want to stand too close. Applying a pretty good pressure as the ult. Good amount of bleed. Now a tap ult. Nope, I end up getting downed. Execution gets downed. Not a good scenario for me. Iron Eye ends up timing out, and I get downed. Bell-bearing hunter is tanky for no power reason. End up getting stuck between all the beastly brigade. End up doing a tap hold, getting a good stagger on all of them. End up getting headbutt by one of the Beastly Brigade. And a good kill. Very good kill. Kind of melting the tree sentinel here. Hopefully a bleed proc soon. Yep. Getting some good damage. Trying. Didn't quite get out of the way of that. Good ult by the Iron Eye. And good kill. End up getting a legendary. But it's not too good. Trying to get the Evergel before the zone pulls in. Playing a bit risky there. Now on to Night 2 with the Crucible Knight and the Hippo duo. Almost got him down. Oh, Hippo hits me from out of nowhere. Didn't think you'll aggro on me. Good bit of bleed. Try to help out with the Crucible Knight. That was a good hit. Another good hit. Didn't even roll that. Good dodging. And I got a kill on the Hippo. Now it's just the Crucible Knight. Good dodge. Good dodge again. Very nice dodge. Some good hits, and yep, that finishes off. Not too hard of a boss. Now on to Libra. Decided not to take a deal because I didn't want it to negatively impact me. Some good dodges. It's not focused on me yet. Okay, now he is. Got a poise break. End up getting the stagger. Oh, we end up missing just the one of the seals. Should have broke it so then he didn't get a buff, but I don't think it matters too much. Does a bit of teleportation. That was not too good of me. Trying to stay out of Libra's way. Not a lot of damage from that ult. Now Libra's doing this crazy madness attack. He got broke out of it. It's good. Should dodge that. Yep. Ooh, ended up getting hit by that. Should have went to the left or right. That was a bit too greedy. Should have dodged that. Good bleed. End up standing there again. That was a good dodge. Could have got downed otherwise. End up reviving, so should have dodged, then revived. Still got healing potions. Boss is almost dead. Just don't throw. We'll end up getting hit by that. And an ult to finish it. That was pretty good. That is now 5 out of 8 Nightlords done. Collecting the key from the Great Church. Hopefully this time don't get stuck. Now on to level 3. This is a bit unfortunate. End up getting the Duchess back up. And now trying to take out the big axe beastly brigade. They seem to be the most problematic. Alright, I sense they've got down. But the Duchess has got him. Trying to inform my teammates that we have another zone sword key. We end up going to another Evergel, and it's a Crucible Knight. Doing a tap ult, getting a good considerable amount of damage. Dodging the ground spikes. Try to do a heavy attack. Duchess recalls. He ends up getting bullied a bit. And that was good. 20k wounds. Pretty easy kill. Now at the castle, there's the Leonard Misbegot. He does crazy amounts of damage. Have to focus on dodging. Getting the charge attack. Don't want to get downed here. That was a good kill. End up getting the black blade, grafted black blade, so I can start getting some really good damage with the black flame effect. Just doing a tap hold to get rid of that one. I almost end up getting comboed by that Banished Knight. And get some poise. No, physical negation. Didn't quite get through both of them. I thought it would go through both. End up cleaning up the mobs. Trying to stay out of the stomping range. Picking up the Duchess with the Iron Eyes help. Now onto Gaping Jaw. Not Gaping Jaw. Gaping Dragon. Good old Spider Iron Eye. Duchess is chunking the Gaping Dragon. End up dodging away. Moving back in to get a bit of burn. Got a pose up there, but no one's got it. Don't think we'll need it anyway. Pretty much, Gaping Dragon is pretty much dead. End up missing that hook, that follow-up attack. and end up rolling in, Gaping Dragon done. End up choosing a good choice, the FP Restoration on assisted attack. No, I think it's the second boss. It's quite a rare event. End up doing a tap hole, not getting too much damage. Probably missed most of it. Good bit of damage from the Black Flame. Trying to dodge that. No, didn't do that time. Now this is where things start getting scary. Good stagger, good fake stagger from the Iron Eye ult. Luckily no one died from that. Just trying to stay away. Not too much damage, must not got hit by the blade, but the wind effect. And we're getting the repose, good bit of damage. Duchess rewinds. Good ult, very good ult. And the gargoyle is dead. End up going to the other jail. And it's the Dragonkin soldier. I thought it would have had his head down lower, so then I can do a bit more damage, but it got out of reach. Good dodge, good hit. Luckily it didn't hit me. That time it did. Trying to get a stance break on it. And end up getting one. Got a riposte on it. Good bit of damage. Starting to get poked now by the Iron Eye. Good bit of damage from the Black Flame. That's another fake stagger. End up getting pulled along with Slag a bit. Duchess is here now, so should be able to clean it up pretty quick. Tap hold. And the zone pulls to us, so probably gonna go get some of the field bosses. Just doing a tap hold to get rid of them quickly. And the betas have vanished. Duchess got downed. Got a Banish Knight. End up missing that attack there. Even that little tornado did sizable chunk of damage. That was not too bad. Crit hits. I was going to drop it for the Duchess, and I decided to take it for myself. It's 24%. That is very good. End up going to these Banished Knights. Getting a good hit on them. Doing an ult so then I don't get hit by Twin Blades. Ult by the Arnai. They're doing pretty well. End up killing the Banished Knight and getting the increased stamina or on the burn. Good kill on the Omen. Now onto the Dragonkin Soldier. Getting a good ult on him. Well, I wasn't able to dodge that. Charging up my skill. Ult on the Arnai. Was a bit late on that dodge. Dodging that. Ends up shooting another one. Now I should, dodge. Good patience. Good dodge. And that was not a good dodge. End up getting hit. Don't know the moveset too well, so I didn't know you'll be pulling up the ground. Getting a good stagger, but no one got the poise. Thought the Arnai had it, but clearly not. Trying to stay away. They're doing no slam on the ground. That should be forward attack. And that was a backhand, but didn't get out of the way in time. Got Blink Blades from Boon. Just double checking the map, see if there's anything nearby to pick up. No, doesn't look like it, so go through the portal. Getting to level 14, nothing to upgrade. ground attack. End up getting a bit greedy, so then I can get the attack reduction on him. The dodge. Nice dodge. I tried to ult, but that would have been the perfect time for it. Teammates are doing well. Good dodges. Well, spoke too soon. Both got hit. This time I hopefully, yep, do a big ult. Try to get a bit of stance break on him. Didn't quite dodge. Still got another healing potion, so hopefully doesn't go too poorly, so then we lose. Highly doubt it. Iron Eyes down. Duchess ends up trying to revive. Good heavy for me. Almost got him revived. Yep, he's revived now. Too early on the dodge. That's not too bad. Yep, now got the rhythm down. He should be about dead. Belgor down. That's now 6 out of 8 Nightlords done. End up picking up the Magma shot and Frost. An Apostle, Godskin Apostle from the Evergel. End up getting quite a good bit of damage. I haven't played much of Recluse, so this is I don't know what I'm doing with the cocktails. Now add another Evergel, the Nox Warriors, pretty squishy. Oh, end up slipping off of the pedestal. Getting an ultra tree spirit, also traded tree spirit, and Ino gets a good ult. end up trying to get a fire and frost reset, so then the damage from the resetting of the frost is pretty good. End up getting the good cocktail. Good dodge. Boss is about dead. Now fighting the ancestor spirit. Trying to get out of the way. Moves around quite a bit. Now trying to get the frost to reset the burn. Bit too far away. But he ends up moving into it. Well, it's good headshot. Good bit of damage. Good ult from Wilder. Now he's just a sitting duck. Got our first Augur event. Pretty squishy. End up starting to do chunks of damage. Wilder's starting to do a lot of lightning damage. Got another Omen, doing quite a bit of damage. Now I have to get out of the way of all those projectiles. Good dodging. Shouldn't be too hard, there's a circle just here. Just have to keep with the pressure. And our Wilder comes and helps out. So have to make sure to heal. ends up getting a bit of frost, and it melts the boss. Ending up, go grab that bone. Oh, failed to get up. Going to grab the... Oh, no, there's another bone here. Now going to go grab the other bone. End up melting Red Wolf. Absolutely melted them. End up pinging the dagger, so then one of them can pick it up. Going pretty smooth. Trying to stay out of the way. Now we got the second Godskin Noble. And that's a new attack. The lightning that comes from the sky. End up doing quite well. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. End up spamming the ice magic. Good bleed on the wilder. Doing my old Calico. So say it. Pretty annoying ice dragon just got me down. But this fight is absolute cinema. Getting a bit of fire damage. Should try to stay out of the way of that tail smack attack. Not quite in range for that attack. End up getting a bit of poke damage. Trying to hit the head. Should've went the other way. I think my teammates were pretty lost. But I don't blame them, I was lost too. End up switching on to his legs so I can get the magma to go down there. Not close enough. Still not close enough. Just try to back away from the frost. Tried looking around for the wind again, but no luck. Lots of damage, got frostbite. End up getting hit again. Down to 4 free healing potions. End up getting slapped around a bit. End up doing a bit of ice shield. It's quite interesting what Recluse can do with her skill. Boulder gets down, need to make sure to at least get some magma on him. Should pop my ult. Good dodge. Didn't dodge that quite. Should just run in. Good stagger. Good stagger. That was very good. Now that is 7 out of 8. Nightlords done. Now on to runner number 8. Magma worm starting us off. At level 2, it's going to be a bit painful. The eye got downed. Trying to make sure I pick him up. Good damage so far. Got a fake stagger. Teammates aren't using any other attribute, so I can't make a different cocktail. Good old. Try to stay out of the way of the Magma shot. And leveling up to level 4, opening up the Evergel, and getting a Crucible Knight. Should be good at 20k runes. Let's take it all the way out there. I end up clearing up a few bosses. Now on to night 1. Now with a Royal Revenant. Someone got the stagger. Good damage. Royal Revenant exploding, doesn't matter. fighting the ancestor spirit. End up getting end up not getting the boon, getting teleported from Olga a second time now. Good damage, very good damage. Olga's down. Now on to our next Evergel. Very good damage. The dragon ends up toasting the eye. End up dodging straight into the fire. Dragon's melting though. Doing a quick ult. Running the opposite way. Oof. End up getting one shot. Onto night 2. With that ancient dragon. Good chunk of damage from that ult. Didn't quite dodge it. Trying to get out of the way. that's the ancient dragon defeated. Quite a tanky son of a gun. Trying to keep my distance from not expect. Good bit of damage. Hitting for yellow now. Oh, didn't quite dodge that. Good bit of damage. Do a cheeky emote. Now on to phase 2. End up getting focused a bit. End up getting hit for a big chunk of damage. Very good damage. Wilder gets downed. Got him back up. Yeah. Not expect does his really cool move. He ends up charging. Wilder's down again. Doing some crazy attacks here. Now he's gonna do a slam. End up dodging it luckily. Now he's on to me. Big ult. almost got me. Saw my healing potions. Surviving pretty well so far. Wild is down once again. Oh. Got a bit too focused on the wilder. Might pay the price for that. I dodged him pretty well. Don't have any healing potions, so just gotta start dealing damage. Oh, almost down. Now he's doing his crazy move again, and I'll get hit. Oh, now it's all up to Iron Eye. Come on, bud, you got it. Good positioning. Just try to dodge around. End up cracking my last shard. Couldn't quite lock on. Just need to stay mobile. Should try to dodge. And get down once more. Now it's all up to Iron Eye. Oh, he's close. And he got down. Wilder with the Wending Grace. Big damage. Just hit the boss. Hit it. And that's 8 out of 8. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate if you made it all the way through the video. And I hope I see you for the next Elden Ring Night Rain challenge run.